Let's do it. Hello, welcome to my wonderful, wonderful stream here. So this is actually going to be a voiceover. It's not going to be like it normally is, because my voice was muted on this original stream on accident. So I'm going to be walking through this video and talking about what's going on. So let's go. So I start off almost every game with the dagger and the health pods with Sett. It works a little bit better for me. I'm a little more of an aggressive type of Sett player. So right here I ask, as you should in top lane, if your jungler is going to be on your side, you should be asking them if they want a leash or if they need a leash. So Sejuani said... So Sejuani ran top originally to ward. I asked her if she needed a leash because I wasn't sure if she was warding or going there. She has said here in the comments, I'm not sure how clear the chat box is going to be for you guys. She said she wants a leash, but she wants it down bottom, so she was only there to ward. I don't remember what all was said after that. All I know is that was the general basis of that conversation. So I always come here and I sit in the bush and I wait until the minions the last minion gets to about to the back, about to that front tower, and then generally I ward the bush. So this stops me from losing minions. It also allows that second trinket ward to build up its time, so that way I have less time without a free ward right there. I know everyone's going to tell you to buy wards. The only reason I don't is I like to build my character up as strong as possible, as fast as possible. But it is a risky trade, because you are essentially giving up vision to be a little bit stronger, which opens you up to a little more ganks. This is never a good thing. Now, if you notice, I am not going after, I'm not attacking her immediately right here. Generally, I don't really like to get too aggressive and aggro with Sett and try to get a kill until level 3. Probably because I like my 3 spell combo. Right here. Pull her in, which is going to give her the stun because she's going to smack face first into one of her minions very few times. Do some damage to me. Fire off my shield. It's alright, I'm going to use my health pods. Get a few more minions. She isn't able to get minions at this time because she steps out, she gets hit. So that's how you get more minions. I'm making essentially her freeze work to my advantage. Great. It's one thing you can do in your set, you can bully people off of farm.
An ally has been
if I remember right, most of this game, my teammates did not do well. It's fine, because, everything works out. Pull her back in again. She's staying there just so she can get some XP off of any of my minions dying, in hopes to not fall too far behind. There's Yi coming in to do his thing. I use my shield there. I get into tower.
You have slain an enemy.
Yi dies because he decided to Q me while I ran underneath tower. Which, by the way, if you know you are playing the Yi, which you will see here, I am balancing my Q and my W. You're playing against the Yi, you need to balance with that W because that is automatic Yi counter. So your W ability, because it stores the crit, isn't allowing Yi to do all of his damage to you, like, sorry, you store grit. But it's not allowing Yi to do all the damage to you that he normally would. See, I would have loved to have chased her here. I knew that if I went her tower, I would die. Nico did it anyways, and it killed her. It kind of sucked. It wasn't great, but I'm fine with that 1v1 trade, because out of it, we actually ended up, when you think about it, because I got the Yi kill, she got the kill on Irelia, and then Nico died. So really, it was a 2-for-1 trade, played out over a little bit of extra time. It would have been great had I gotten the assist, but it's not the end of the world. I mean, it's 150 gold. I make that up relatively easy. Here's the thing, if she would have come into that range, like right there, boom. The moment she comes into that range, I just pull it. Now this creates a fear state in her mind. I'm playing with a little bit of psychological warfare in some of these games. So I messed up here. I meant to throw her a little bit farther towards the jungle, and that's the only reason that I died, was because I missed my target spot. I landed a little bit too close to that tower and just barely within its range. So literally a couple units lower, no issue. So you definitely have to get good at using that R and mentally being able to draw that straight line from where you're running in versus in everything. And it's a little bit hard. So I am starting to build for the Stride Breaker. When I am doing this, I am going ahead and I'm making sure I have the attack speed portion first, and it's mostly to get minions.
Shut down.
It's also to get off a couple extra quick auto attacks in between my abilities.
Has been slain.
So, I just peered down here to try to get her peace of mind, and I think she went into that bush and ported back. Had I gone up there and checked the bush first, that would have been great. She was not there around the tower in the initial spacing. By the time I got back to this bush, she's gone right now, if what I predicted was correct. And she didn't just run all the way back. I only come back down this way to get Rift. Now, this is a controversial play, because a lot of people are going to say you're missing a lot of XP up top, which, yes, I'll give that to you. I am missing a decent amount of XP based on minions. But I'm going to get the XP from killing the Rift Herald, and then I'm going to get a bunch of extra gold really quick by utilizing the Rift Herald before the shields fall off. This is also freeing up my jungle to where he doesn't have to worry about trying to get Rift at any point. So he's able to do his regular farm as well as deal out some ganks for my other lanes that aren't doing quite as good. So I mean, either way you look at it, it's acceptable. I grab my health, and I walk around to the safe side of my tower because I see that she is pushing up. I could have, if I really wanted to, I could have ulted her into the tower, which, yes, would have definitely been the smarter move for sure. So if you notice, though, I wait until I'm almost dead to use my W. In doing this, it allows me to store a little bit more grit, so my shield gets bigger, but it also creates a sense of false hope for the opponent when they see my HP dropping. This is gonna make people run away a lot less. Make sure they don't lose all their progress on the whatever you want to call it. Y'all know what I'm talking about. I'm talking about that little we'll call it a turtle, even though it's not even a turtle. I just referenced it as the living reward. I believe its technical name is Scuttle. It's a scuttle, which it's funny because I used to be in the Navy, and a drinking fountain is a scuttlebutt. So, yeah. It's also what we call a water cooler as well. I don't know why.
Everyone's got a plan till they get slammed into the ground.
So, the reason why I didn't just use the Rift Herald straight out is if you use the Rift Herald and there's still like waves between you and the tower's range, the Rift Herald will attack the waves rather than going and attacking the turret, and it gives the enemy team more time to actually beat up on the Rift Herald and take its health down. So, I saw all these guys running up. Normally I would have just tried to escape. There wasn't just a regular escape option there, and my shield was just a little bit too slow on the cooldown. It happens sometimes. I would say though, because we did get the initial kill, so it ended up being a 1-for-1, and we got a bunch of gold off the tower that it was definitely worth. I still would have liked to have lived through it. But with no flash and no shield, there was nothing I could do.
Ain't even think about throwing in the towel.
Now, if you notice, we got the first tower, but we are losing severely here in kill-death ratio. I believe I can't quite see it on the screen that I'm watching to do this recording because in my editing software, it looks like it's 7-14 up there. I believe I'm 3-2-0 right now with 70 CS.
Enemy double kill.
And we're at the 13-minute, going on 14-minute mark. And if you notice, I got the Stridebreaker, and I'm building Blade of the Ruined King. My build's a little controversial. Blade of the Ruined King is not listed in a lot of the Sett builds. And I get it, people are going for some like tankier items. I like it because it allows me to get done with a fight and not have to port back at all. I'm able to stay in, kill a couple minions, and be back to full health. Now, the thing about Irelia is you want to avoid her stuns. She has that weird cute teardrop thing that she throws around you. And stunned. Now, I'm not going to chase her. I'm going to go ahead and get the minions. Because if she ports back rather than staying by tower,
Enemy rampage.
because she's worried about health, I just get to punish the tower.
Enemy rampage.
Right here, I step up and hit the tower. He comes back around behind. Not even worried about it. Sad I missed my pull there. Not the end of the world. So, be down here, chilling in their jungle. Yi sees me. Not even worried. I check to see if red buff's there. Not. Now I choose to fight both of them because I know I have my life steal, and with my life steal ability, I know I can generally take on 2 people. Notice how I finished that battle and I still have half health. And now this is where my life steal is definitely coming into play too. Yep. Kill a couple minions and my health is back up. Kept me out there on the field without actually costing me. It also allowed me to hit this tower a lot more.
Your team has destroyed a turret.
So if you destroy a tower that someone's teleporting to, it takes away their teleport as if it's been used, but it doesn't actually let them utilize it, which is why you generally want to port to a minion. So if you port to a minion, they can't actually kill the minion while you're porting to it. It's impossible. So, do that, you're saving yourself. So I did put in chat that I was going to get the Rift at 16. It is 1640. With that being said, I allowed myself to go over that mark because I know as long as I start Rift Herald by 1830, I'm guaranteed to finish the Rift Herald before the 20 marker when Baron would spawn. So, I would like to point out, the key with the Rift Herald is if you're fighting him alone, you don't want to try to circle, because when he throws that right hook every time, he opens up his back, and that purple orb on his back, you do extra damage for hitting that. Now, I did throw my ward right there, because I wanted to see if anybody came down. I also threw one right there, so I had a little more vision on the back rim. Because if the enemy jungler wanted to, like down at, like right here, they could flash over the wall, ignite it, and then they have the Rift Herald. Yeah, I just want to make sure that doesn't happen. So I finished buying that, and generally, I will buy boots dependent upon what I'm needing. Here, I bought haste boots because I was having the problem with getting my shield up fast enough each time. So I wanted to speed that up just a little bit. You notice I ported back to a minion, even though I didn't have to. It's just a good practice. I will port to a tower only if it's my only option in the area, for any reason.
If I ever find my own way,
Whether that's the waves pushed, like if I was going to go assist with drag, and the wave was all the way up but near the enemy base, I'm going to port to our tower if it's still there, just so I can go ahead and get drag with some ease. So, realistically, I haven't been using my ult the way that you typically want to be using Sett's ult. Sett's ult is really designed for team fights. So, when you're in a team fight situation, generally the tank will come at you as first to keep you away from the ADC and all the squishy characters. Well, Sett's R does extra damage based on the armor, magic resist, and health that is built on the opposing champion. So if I pick up their tank and then I slam their tank on top of their entire team, I'm doing not only the slam damage from Sett's R, I'm doing additional damage based on their health, and it's doing additional damage based to that tank based on their health. You'll see it later. I believe there's a team fight that I go in, I die because I use my ult, and they all gang up on me. But I believe my team ends up pretty much acing them out of it. That's later, more towards
has been slain.
like 19, 20 minute mark.
They called me Sett the Beast Boy.
I could be wrong though. It could not be this video.
Sett the Beast Man, bastard.
Yeah. Now, if you look though, we are still losing bad on the scoreboard as far as kills and deaths, but we've won this game objectively so far. I still have Rift Herald.
Place was so damn quiet before I came along.
And that's the advantage of getting Rift Herald, honestly. You're able to set yourself up for a better experience. So I wasn't worried about going under tower there. I knew I had him killed if I picked him up and slammed him. So I accepted the tower shot because I knew it wasn't going to be that big of a deal. So I won my lane very, very efficiently, and rather than just trying to beat my lane to death, I mean, some games that is the right call. This game I believe I made the right decision in going ahead and instead of trying to beat my lane all the way into the base initially, I made sure to come through and destroy their mid towers. Then, while my whole team is fighting, because they seem to have had it because Sejuani was there, I grabbed the back end of that dragon, so it took our team less time. I saved us probably a good 30 seconds on that, and if you notice that Yi came in, had I not done that, Yi probably would have taken the dragon. So definitely things to be thinking about. Now I'm sitting here, I'm debating in shop exactly how I want to do this. I also had to wait on some gold. Now Irelia's up there around my tower. I'm not too worried because the tower is full health. This tower is relatively low. But Sejuani just got up there. He has the ability to deal with that if Irelia wanted to continue to press the issue. I used my ult there a little bit incorrectly, but I did it mostly to dodge Lux's ult.
Every single one of them thinks they're the one to beat me.
Yep, she hits me there a little bit. Not the big a deal. Around that way, because I know she had vision there for a second. Not too super concerned. Kind of sucks because I do die here. If you notice, though, I did a bunch of damage to Yi, which effectively takes him out of being able to go after my teammates down bot, which is what he was really going to attempt to do. So, you know, my death did more than nothing, even though it seemed like nothing. Now, I have 8 of our kills. We only have 16 kills. So I have half of our kills right now. It's really good. I don't even have... I have 4 deaths. So, with having 4 deaths, and 29, let's draw that back up to 28, right? So, 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24, 28. So I have I have less than a seventh of our death count. Like, my team's not doing horrid, but they're not doing good by any means. Don't be afraid to use your Q, especially if you have the haste boost, because Q comes back up really freaking quick. You generally don't want to chase. I generally won't. Now, fighting in the side right there was not necessarily the best move. But I did do a bunch of damage to them, which definitely stopped them from being able to push as hard as they wanted to.
Your turret has been destroyed.
So, right there, what I just typed in the chat is I was telling my team to all go mid. And rushing mid isn't always the answer. But with where we were in the match, I had believed it to be the right decision. Somebody pinged that they wanted to go with Baron, and I was completely fine with that. Irelia was right there. Made Baron a little bit of a dangerous idea, so instead ordered it. Sadly didn't miss Lust's result there. She kind of got a little bit farther ahead of me than I wanted. It's not the end of the world. So I then end up running around and really get the shit kicked out of me. But they were so focused on me, and they used up so many of their abilities, that my team should have had a better opportunity, but they didn't. They did not capitalize. I did notate the ability to close the gap that Sett had before isn't as strong now, because before you were using the stride breaker, and the stride breaker gave you, I believe it was like 300 unit of extra reach on it, where it pretty much pushed you forward the 300 units so you could hit your opponent. Had I had that there, I would have been able to close the gap properly. That adjustment definitely, I feel, wreaked havoc on Sett the most out of all of them. They're getting Baron. It sucks. It hurts me. Especially because they succeeded. So what does get me right there with that ward, I take out one of them, which taking out one of them when they have Baron is worth more than them taking out me. So it was kind of nice. I also did some extra damage, which allowed Shizwani to come in and get the kill on their ADC, which definitely crippled their team. Even though they got Baron, we now have advantage, and it worked well. I also did it, though, initially, because Drag was coming up too, and generally you're supposed to be trying to get objectives on each side of the map at the same time. So, like, if your whole team is pushing one lane and one person is pushing another lane, it puts mental pressure on your opponent because they have to think now, which lane do I prioritize? Then, so what I was trying to do is I was trying to go after Baron and all the guys there, so they'd focus on me so my team could get dragged. My team still got dragged, which was great. They actually did better than I thought they were going to. Now this whole game we've been able to keep the drag advantage, we've kept tower advantage. I believe this right here is where I was talking about where I did a bunch of damage and died, and my team was able to capitalize. Coming up here in a second. So, I could have ran it. I could have jumped in right here, and it wouldn't have been very good. all I am doing is I'm waiting till my team's close because I know I'm probably going to die if I do this without my team. I mean, there's still good probability of me dying with my team here. Wait for most of my team to get over here. So I grabbed Yon. He wasn't necessarily the tankiest, but he wasn't the lightest by far. So we do a bunch of damage here. Oh no, this is the one I lived through. I apologize, guys. I thought I died there. No, that was the ace that we got. Anyway, so with that ace, we're able to push the lane. And notice I have over 3,000 gold. Realistically, I should be going back to buy. But I need the advantage of taking out to the team. Oh yay, there's some lag. 1 second. I'm gonna pause this. So I'm gonna go ahead. I'm just gonna let you guys watch the rest of this without commentary because my video maker has decided it wanted to freeze up right there with the last very last hit on that base tower. It actually froze. So I'm gonna let you guys watch the rest of this after it's completely finished being made. Just letting you guys know, there's a really, really interesting ending on here, and it's more of a strategic win than an actual overpowering win. You'll see what I'm talking about when you get there.
An ally has been slain. An ally has been slain. Destroyed.
Thinking about throwing in the towel. Somewhere out there's a man who needs supply. They call me a thug. I call me an entrepreneur.
An ally has been slain. Enemy killing spree.
You don't really know
An enemy has been slain. Your team has destroyed a turret. Your team has destroyed an inhibitor. Shut down. The enemy's inhibitor is respawning soon. Enemy rampage. An enemy has been slain. Spree. An enemy has been slain.
Life gives you lemons. Punch life in the throat.
Double kill. Your team has destroyed an inhibitor.
Violence is my business, and business is booming.
Enemy rampage.
Ionia still stands!
Victory!
I hope you guys enjoyed. Please remember to go ahead, drop a like, subscribe, and let me Let me know what you guys think. Let me know what you guys want to see. Tell me what champions you want me to play, and I'll see what I can do for you guys. Alright? Oh, and go ahead, check out my Twitch. I am streaming Thursday, Friday, and every other Wednesday, roughly from around 9 a.m. till about 4 or 5 o'clock-ish. I mostly play League. Occasionally I go ahead when League gets frustrating for me and I switch over and play some COD. But yeah, go ahead, check out my channel, Twitch link down in the description. Hope you guys have a great day.